You're probably wondering what you've let yourselves in for. It is a quiz, but I'm going to try and make you laugh, do a bit of stand-up in between the questions. Now, I've been hosting quizzes for over 10 years now, but I've been doing stand-up comedy for 22 days. So let's see how it goes. Right, we're going to do round one. There should be some instructions on your screen. If it's a letters question, it's always just first letter of the answer. If it's a person's name, it's always first letter, first name. And if something begins with the, don't press T for the. What would you press if it was The Lion King? L. Not lion, just L. Are you ready? That is 4 points for the correct answer, bonus point for the fastest correct answer. What is the name of the fictional village in the TV sitcom The Vicar of Dibley? And you've got 10 seconds starting now. What is the name of the fictional village in the TV sitcom The Vicar of Dibley? I love this question. And I love this question because only 17 out of 26 teams got it right, and the answer is Dibley, everyone. So everyone who got it right got 4 points. The fastest team gets a bonus point, and that team is... It's not easy, Wes, it's not easy. There you go. Right, the next question is multiple choice, yeah? So it's not first letter of the answer, there will be options. If Cher, it's a Cher question, does everyone know she is Cher? If Cher could actually turn back time, how many full years would she have to turn back time to get back to the time when she released If I Could Turn Back Time? A, 25 years, B, 30 years, C, 35 years, D, 40 years, 10 seconds. A, 25 years, B, 30 years, C, 35 years, D, 40 years. 5 teams answered correctly. The answer looking for is B, 30 everyone. And the fastest team for the bonus points, it's Bully Boys to Manway. Excellent. You see where you are. Now, the reason I've been watching a lot of comedians in preparation for this all year, going to see comedy and seeing how it's done and watching them on telly. And the main reason, one of the big things what impresses me, and the reason I would never call myself a proper comedian, is when they interact with the crowd. Do you know what I mean? When they go down the front and they ask them, it might just be where you're from, what's your name. Doesn't matter what they ask them, they'll make it into something funny, won't they? I couldn't do that. That's why I'm hosting a quiz and trying to do a little bit of stand-up in between. So I would never try and do that because I wouldn't be able to do it. But to prove that I couldn't do it, let's have a go. Watch this. Where are we going to start? What's your name, mate? Ian. Correct, 4 points. Well done. What's your name, mate?
Andy.
Where are you from, Andy?
London.
London, 4 points. Correct. I'm just going to keep doing this now for the rest of the... what's your name?
Helen.
Helen?
Yeah.
How old are you, Helen, if you don't mind me asking?
48.
48? Bullshit, excluded from the next question. It's the first picture question we're going to do. The picture will appear on the little screen in front of you. When you're ready to answer the picture, touch the screen to go back to the keypad. You don't just stare at the picture, you've got to touch it. What distinguishes this pictured poker player from other gamblers? What distinguishes this pictured poker player from other gamblers? A, he is a billionaire. B, he is the top-ranked poker player of all time. C, he is blind. D, he is dead. A is a billionaire. B is the top-ranked poker player of all time. C is blind. D is dead. 2 teams answered correctly. The answer looking for is... This is him at his wake, at his own request. D is dead. Fastest team is number 39. Poker player, he's what's known as a cadaver. Does anyone know what a cadaver is? It's like a posh word for a corpse. I only found that recently. It's a posh word for a corpse, but usually a corpse when you've got a use for it, like that guy there. Like he's for one last time he's making his mates laugh at his wake, isn't he? And I think it's a great idea. And I've had a word with my wife. and we're up for it, we're going to do it. Whichever one of us goes first, the other one's going to have a bit of cadaver fun at the funeral. If I go first, she'll probably have me playing my drums, or hosting a quiz. If she goes first, she's into yoga, so I'll probably get her down there doing one of them little yoga things, or arts and crafts. She likes arts and crafts. Just sat watching Love Island like a fucking idiot. Because that's what she does, and it bothers me, and I'll tell you why it bothers me, because she's an intelligent woman, she's a bright woman, and I thought she'd be above that nonsense. And I said to her, I thought, look, you're an intelligent woman, you thought you'd be above that nonsense. And she said, well, I am above it, and I am intelligent, and do you know what, I don't even actually like it. But I'm a people watcher. It's people watching, isn't it? I like people watching, that's it. I'm just a people watcher. I like people watching. So I'm going to remember that next time she catches me knocking one out to a threesome on my laptop. Anyway, I looked into where that word comes from, cadaver. I went on the Wikipedia to find out what it means. And it actually, do you know where it comes from? It actually comes from that very thing. Having a laugh with your wife's corpse after she's dead.
No.
Cadaver. Listen to the punchline. Cadaver doing yoga. Cadaver doing arts and crafts. Cadaver watching Love Island. It doesn't get much better than that. Listen, everyone. Different type of question. It's called a voting question, and there's no right or wrong answer. The most popular answer becomes the correct answer. Clever stuff. Right. Which of these was best? A, Blur, B, Oasis. A, Blur, B, Oasis. 7 teams. When Blur, 18 teams, Oasis. Fastest team is the McSwallies where I am. Should we do another one of them? Do you like that one? Let's do another voting question. Everyone listen. Listen. What's best? A, Kit Kats. B, Kit Kat Chunky. 'It's not even close. 17 teams went chunky, course it's chunky. Apparently, at the festival, Greg's vegan sausage rolls and Michael Jackson are the most joked about things, the most talked about things. So I'm going to do a quiz question about Michael Jackson, because it's an interesting question. The opening lyric to the song Bad by Michael Jackson is "Your butt is mine." B-U-T-T. Your butt is mine. Is this A, true, B, false? Is it A, true, your butt is mine? Not many people realise this. I'm surprised more people don't realise it. He goes, your butt is mine. It is, it's true. The debate rages on, doesn't it, about Michael Jackson? Was he an actual paedophile?
Yes.
Or did he just used to like masturbating with kids? I'm joking, obviously. But what bothers me, you see, I'm a huge fan of his music, and we're discussing this with some mates of the night. It's hard, because we don't know for definite. It's hard knowing whether we should feel guilty listening to music, whether we should stop listening to it altogether. It bothers me, and we were talking about this and thinking, wouldn't it be great if the technology existed to actually find this sort of thing out, to find out if he was actually guilty of what he's accused of, just so we know whether to listen to his music and stuff. Wouldn't it be great? What would you think if I told you that the technology does exist, and we've got it with us here tonight in the room? It's called a voting question. Let's do it. Was Michael Jackson a pedo? A, yes, B, no. At least we know now, don't we? Put it to bed. 4 teams had his back. 21 teams hung him out to dry. He's a pedo, everyone. I'm gutted, absolutely mortified. Right, the Queen's... Listen, I've got to go quick now, I've got loads to feed. The Queen's last remaining corgi passed away in 2018. Should we have a little... for the record doggy. But how did she die? A. Choked on a crown jewel. B. Jumped off the balcony. C. Died of old age. D. Was killed in a high-speed car chase through a tunnel in France. The answer is C. Died of old age. Listen, I'm going to do a voting question, which is also a picture question, okay? So, the most popular answer becomes the correct answer. Which of these Britpop singers was best looking? A, if you think the answer is A. B, if you think the answer is B. C, if you think the answer is C. D, if you think the answer is D. 3 votes went for A, Liam Gallagher. 5 votes went for C, Ian Brown. 5 votes also went for the singer in my band, D, Rick Witter. Which is quite impressive, considering he's not even the best looking one in the band. And the winner though, with 6 votes, is Bean Morrissey, everyone. Have you ever gone into a nightclub and it's full of young kids? It's full of young kids all off their heads, and your mate suggests that you try ketamine. And by the time he comes back from the toilet, you've bought the ketamine, you've taken the ketamine, and you're starting to feel the effects of the ketamine. And your mate says, "What's up with you?" And you say, "Well, I've bought the ketamine, I've taken the ketamine, and I'm starting to feel the effects of the ketamine." He says, "Well, why have you taken ketamine?" I said, "Well, it was your idea." He says, "It wasn't." I said, "Get him in." Should we do some more quiz, everyone? Yeah. Alright. I get the message. The next one is picture question. Picture question. First letter of the answer. This woman is famously known as Lady what? Lady something. The answer is everyone. If you thought the answer was Lady Gaga, you still get the points because it was Lady Godiva. It's a very famous picture, that is, of Lady Godiva, and she's actually not many people know this. It's a very famous picture, but she's actually dead in that picture. If you look at it on that horse, it's a very famous picture. Do you know what it's called? Lady Cadaver, of course it is. He ruined the whole flipping afternoon, he did, spoiling my joke.
Sorry.
I'm watching you. Lady Cadaver, can I say it? Lady Cadaver, everyone.
Hey! That was much better.
That was better, wasn't it? Cheers. Whose mother was half German? Whose mother was half German? A. Bruce Lee's mother. B. Bruce Forsyth's mother. A. Bruce Lee's. B. Bruce Forsyth's. The answer is A. Bruce Lee's. Right, listen. The reason I put that question is because I'm a big Bruce Lee fan. And so much so, I always wished I was called Bruce at school. And I nearly called my son Bruce, but my wife overruled it. And everyone, all the boys at my school would like to be called Bruce because we're all big Bruce Lee fans. But it'd been extra special for me because I'd be like, people say, "What's your name, mate?" And I could say, "My name's Bruce Lee." Hey? You'd be in a bar, someone says, "Oh, what's your name? Pleased to meet you. Can I buy you a drink?" I say, "Pleased to meet you too. My name's Bruce Lee. Cheers, I'll have a pint of lager." If you weren't here at the beginning when I announced that my surname's Leach, you won't have a clue what I'm talking about. I never did call my son Bruce, I called him Sonny. He's a funny kid. He's always been sarcastic from an early age. I remember saying to him when he was only about 12 or 13, I said, "So, Sonny, have you any idea what you think you might want to do when you leave school?" He says, "I don't know. Maybe get a bite to eat." He'd say things like, "Have you spent all your pocket money?" He'd say, "It's pocket money, not a pension." My mum, his grandma, said to him, "Oh, Sonny, have you had a haircut?" He said, "Grandma, I've had them all cut." He's a funny kid, I'm going to guess it. We were in a supermarket once when he was really young, and I was a big meat eater back then. We had so much bacon in the trolley. I used to love bacon. We had so much bacon in the trolley that when we got to the counter, the checkout woman actually commented on it. She said, "Ooh, someone's hungry. Are we having a barbecue?" And our son, he was on it, and he said, "No, we're building a pig." But I won't eat bacon like that anymore because I'm one of these who's trying to be a bit vegan-y, vegetarian. So have we got any of them sorting? Yeah, there's a few. We're having a go, aren't we? We're having a go. But I did have a sneaky little sausage with my breakfast this morning. It's often when I've had a drink the night before. So I did have a sneaky little sausage with, and my mate was arguing with me, spotted me, and he says, "You're not a proper vegetarian, are you? A piss taker. I saw you have that sausage this morning." But I would argue that I'm having a go, and I've been a vegetarian for about 6.5 hours, haven't I? Is that how it works? Because I'm not sure it is, but if it is, then I've been a vegan since lunchtime when I had that cheese toastie and that hot chocolate. Is that how it works? I'm not sure it is. I think, is that how it works? I'm not sure. If it is, I've been a recovering alcoholic since last night. And I'm not sure if that's how it works. But if it is, and I'm not saying it is, but if it is, I haven't been a wanker for nearly an hour. Right. We have not got long now. Have we got to stop telling jokes? I'll get on with the quiz. There's a little cupboard back there. It helps with the nerves. What traditional conclusion to a fairy tale is also a slang term for the final part of a sensual massage? 10 seconds. What traditional conclusion to a fairy tale is also a slang term for the final part of a sensual massage? It's got a bit blue towards the end now, haven't I? I wonder how many people, and I wonder how many men in here are sat with the missus pretending they don't know the answer. The answer is happy ending, everyone. Right, let's do this last question. Which of these phrases did Obi-Wan Kenobi say in Star Wars? A. Use the lightsaber, Luke. B. Use the droid, Luke. C. Use the Jedi, Luke. D. Use the foreskin, Luke. E. Use the Force, Luke. And that's why I saved that question to the end. It's one of my favourite questions. The answer, he doesn't use the foreskin, he uses the Force, Luke. Of course he does. So we're going to find out who's won. Listen, who's won? It's 126 points. It's Atletico Kebab. Where are you? There you are. In second place with 200 points, let's hear some noise for number 39. And in first place, it's Quiz Rascals. Right, listen, before I go, I've been watching a lot of comedians and learning what to do, and what I've noticed is they all try and finish on a punchline, like a killer punchline. So I've been working on my killer punchline, and let's have a go. Right, so Bruce Lee wasn't actually called Bruce Lee. His actual name was Lee Jun Fan, and his parents did what a lot of Chinese parents did, and foreign parents, when the kids were going to schools in America or England or Scotland or wherever, they gave him like a Western sounding name. So they'd fit in, and there was a kid at my school did it, a Chinese kid did it at my school, and he had quite an easy to pronounce surname. It was Chegg, C-H-E-G, and they gave him a Western sounding first name to go with it. Now, did they call him Stephen Chegg? No. Did they call him Darren Chegg? No. Did they call him Benjamin Chegg? No. Did they call him David Chegg? No. Did they call him Scott Chegg? They did, they called him Scott. But the best thing is, that's not even the punchline. That's not even the killer punchline. Now, I think that would have probably won a Dave Award if David could have been asked to come. But that's not even the punchline. A year later, another foreign kid started our school, Swedish lad, and his parents had the exact same idea. We're going to give him an English-sounding first name to go with his very Scandinavian-sounding surname. And I always thought that was an odd choice. to call him Greg when he had the surname. Svegan sausage roll. Tell Dave when you see him. Where was that one? Thanks for coming all down.